Hi Sharon.
Hello.
Hi. New album, Hydra. I think for your 15th anniversary you recorded some covers.
Yes.
Did that process of interpreting other songs, did it influence this album in some kind of way maybe?
It did, because we learned a lot from taking apart the songs that we were going to cover. We had to take them apart to see how it works and build it up as a With Invitation song again. And actually we were really like, whoa, there's some songs that have a really, became really With Invitation like. And we felt like we learned a lot from it, for instance, we used guitar more than ever in those songs because they were originally mostly pop songs. And to make it more heavy, that was the biggest challenge, and to make it more With Invitation in a way also, and more dramatic in a way. So we learned like, okay, if we have a certain song, how can we develop it to a With Invitation song, and better than ever before. Because sometimes we write songs and say, okay, this is not With Invitation because it doesn't have the right ingredients that we normally use. But if you give it those ingredients to the eventual song, then in the end it does turn With Invitation again somehow, and that's what we learned from this whole project, which was pretty interesting.
Well, we spoke about the covers that you recorded. Is there one cover song that turned out the way that turned out like a really With Invitation song that you say, well, this is something that proves how the way you work?
Well, for instance, I think probably the song of Lana Del Rey. It was like
yeah, it's also because we liked it the most.
Yeah, but she's also already a little bit dark with the songs that she has, so it appealed to us a lot. But we gave it a lot more guitars, and it became more up tempo and
doubled the tempo.
Yeah.
I think it's a song we wished we would have written it.
Yeah.
so that was for us like the perfect song.
Yeah.
And live it also, like, for our fans love it also.
Yeah, they really like
we
it.
played it on festivals. Like always when we have to do one cover, we always play that one.
Yeah, mostly.
And they go crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Start jumping and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Is it for you this new album Hydra? Did you when you did the project, were you already into the process of this new album? The cover project?
We had already started writing. I at least already started writing a lot of songs and with Martijn, and in between we did the covers also. It's like one day we were working on new songs and one day we were working on the covers, and so it was like.
Can you say that it influenced the way this album has turned out, or?
I think so, a bit, because like we said, because the way we used the guitars on the cover album.
And in another way, it's like the Lana Del Rey example is also a very good example. It's like we doubled the tempo, So like now, like sort of, when you play it live, people are jumping on it, and on her song it's more a ballad, so you can do that. But that's also a little bit what we used in the writing of the new album. Is that some songs we've written like a ballad, but in the tempo.
We made a double tempo.
We could double,
Yeah.
So and then we just doubled the tempo, and we had a fast song.
Do you have an example of a song on the album?
Covered by Rose, I think it was.
Yeah, and We Run, same thing. It's a ballad.
But it's still a ballad in a way.
It's so
yeah,
it's
okay,
not really a ballad.
Yeah, okay, it's a heavy ballad.
It's fast, it's heavy. it's not a ballad.
Well, there were several songs, and I think it's the thing is also that
Silver Moonlight also, I think.
Silver Moonlight was also, well, you also hear the intro, it's really half tempo, and then all of a sudden it just kicks in with a double tempo and becomes metal, really a metal song. And well, in the beginning you think, oh, it's not another ballad. Wrong.
No, but is this the way that you worked before? I mean,
no, never before.
No, and especially doubling or making songs half tempo is not something we really did. We always wrote or in a fast tempo or in a slow tempo, but never, double the tempo when it was written already. And that worked really well. Also, like on another song on the album, Tell Me Why, we did the other way around. It was a half tempo song, and then in certain parts we doubled the tempo. And that's also on this album. What we also tried to do is to make it musically a little bit more surprising and a little bit more interesting. So a little bit more weird
stuff happening.
Weird structures of songs, not always the standard structures, weird endings. Lots of tempo changes and things like that.
Twin guitars.
Twin guitars. Yeah.
Growling voices.
Do you have an example of a decision that you made that to make it more difficult to make more surprising on a song that maybe a few years ago it would have turned out the other way?
Yeah, definitely. Now, yeah, I think is it Edge of the World? Yeah.
Yeah, Edge of the World. Yeah.
Edge of the World. It ends with a part which was written for another song, but wasn't it like the
Edge of the World? No. You mean it?
Yeah. There's another part behind the song which is not in the song itself, or is that Dog Days? You missed
No.
Once Upon a Time.
But I wrote that afterwards. It was not from another song.
Okay, it was not from another song, but anyway, it was not. It's not a part which is in the song, so it's a completely new part.
And it's a strange ending, but it works.
And you end with a total different ending than the song itself, and that's something we would have never done before. You know, we would be very structurized and.
Yeah, but that's very funny because that's a song that changed so many times throughout the process. I wrote it together with Juno Jimmink in 2009. And I'd never written with him. And it started as a grunge song actually, and only guitars. And then he called me up like in the beginning of last year, and he said, "You remember that we worked once together, and we wrote one day, and I still have this song that we wrote together, and I think you should listen to it because I forgot about it, but maybe you too, and it's really good actually." And he sent it, and it's like, wow, it's pretty good actually. And then it turned into a piano song, and then it turned in like this combination of piano and heavy guitars and strange cellos going all over the place. And it developed in a lot of ways, and I think that was a real journey for this song.
And the funny thing, for example, structure-wise, And We Run is a song which is very much a rock song, but we followed the structure of dance songs. So like the chorus, normally like in rock you go really wild in the chorus, but there we took the chorus down. Yeah, it's like a takedown chorus. And then after the takedown chorus you go to a heavy theme. And that's what all these David Guettas and all these guys, they always have exactly the same structure. And so we thought it would be fun to do like a metal version of that structure. And that's some experimenting stuff that we wouldn't have.
Because it doesn't sound dance at all, but it's more like that you take a different structure and people are surprised, like, oh, I was expecting something else now to happen.
But that's quite experimental, and so we did a few of those things on this album.
The album is called Hydra. Were you aware of the Hydra before the recording of this album? Did you know the meaning and the story?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. It's really this, this dragon which stands for a dragon with multiple heads, and every head it's from Greek mythology, has a different personality, and also when you cut it off, it
comes back into
it grows back again. The only thing I don't know is how you can kill it.
No, you can't kill it. No, you can't.
Oh, you can't kill it.
No,
That's
the thing. You can't kill it.
So what does they say about Within Temptation and your music? By choosing
unbeatable.
Yeah, and a few things. It's like the different personalities. I think that's with our songs. It's like they can go from ultra heavy to now, like on this song, you work with hip hop, or you have metal, you have grunge, like orchestra. A lot of different angles are there in our music, and the other thing is like it also stands a little bit for, you know, the fight. You know, Hydra is also a beast you fight, and this is a tough album where we feel like it's kind of a battle album. You know, it's like when you put it on, this one you
get energized,
you get fired up, and you're ready to take on what you.
Yeah, there are only 2 songs which will calm you down, and the rest will only fire you up. It's like really, you shouldn't just put it on when you're driving. I don't advise it anyway.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.